Hello and welcome to my Brazilian Grand Prix weekend predictions, the series in which you guys, the audience, can get involved by following the link that is in the top line of the description. You'll be asked a set of questions and then you'll be entered into the Audience Prediction Championship. So without further ado, let us jump on into the Brazilian Grand Prix predictions for qualifying, the race, and one bold encompassing statement. So how exactly does this series work? By following that link in the top line of the description, you'll be asked for your top 5 for qualifying, your top 5 for the race, and then one bold encompassing statement that can relate to any portion of the weekend. So just a few rules regarding all of this. You can make as many submissions to that link as you like, all the way up until the start of Q1. So if, like me, you want to make all of your predictions before any of the weekend's action starts on Friday, then by all means do that, but you will not be penalised if you make 2, 3, 4 or even 5 predictions all the way through the weekend until just after FP3. Equally, for the top 5 for qualifying and the race, these are all the top 5's pre-penalty. So if someone gets a grid drop for qualifying, but they qualify on pole position, that will be their finishing position. So if you put them on pole, you'll get the points for them being on pole, not for them starting down in P10. Exactly the same for the race. It is the position in which the driver crosses the line in. And with the bold statement, this can literally be anything you'd like. Anything that is super specific, but you may stand less chance of scoring those bonus points, or you can make something a little bit vague that stands more chance of getting the bonus points. So let's just briefly go over the scoring for this little series. You will receive 2 points for a correct driver in the correct position inside your top 5, and only 1 point if the driver is in the top 5, but not in the correct position. Exactly the same is then done for the race top 5, and then for the bold statement you will receive 5 bonus points if it is accurate, for a total score for the weekend of 25, with the highest score that someone has achieved so far this season is 22 out of 25. Could you guys be the first to hit 25 out of 25? So let's just very quickly go over the current leaderboards as we stand. It is Evan Darcy on 250 points with a hefty advantage over Joe Bisho heading into these last 4 races. We then have myself on 187 joint with Hal, and then we have a couple of people that are inside the 100-point club. As we scroll down into the second half of this first leaderboard, we get into the people that have only entered into a handful of the races so far this season, with the second leaderboard looking a little bit like this, with the second half of this leaderboard down into the single digits for the people that have only entered into 1 or 2 races this season. And finally, the last table looks something like this. We overall have 133 individual unique entries into this series, which is absolutely mega. Now, this is the summated leaderboard, so this does benefit the people that have entered into more races. However, in the video that might possibly come out this weekend, it depends how busy I am, I release a average points for the entries that you have made leaderboard. So even if you have entered into 5 races, you'll be compared to the people like myself who have entered into all of them. Now, just before we jump on into my predictions, I do have to say that I am away for Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, which is a little bit annoying, and unfortunately due to the fact it's a triple header weekend and there's a race that starts so quickly on, I don't know if I'll be able to release all of my data analysis, as usually I get the bulk of it done on the Monday to release it on Wednesday, and it's all going to get a little bit tight. I may be able to release a race reaction if I can catch the highlights. I'm not 100% sure, but I will still be running this prediction series, and I may just end up releasing the results in the form of a community post. But with all of that out of the way, I will try my best to get a video out for you guys on maybe Tuesday regarding the race. But let us jump on in to my predictions for this weekend's Brazilian Grand Prix and start with my qualifying top 5. I think it's no surprise that I've gone for a Max Verstappen pole position. He has genuinely looked so solid this season. Yes, he's got the capable car underneath him, finally to fight for a championship, and he is absolutely driving away with it. And because Brazil is another Red Bull track exactly like Mexico, it comes as no surprise that I've gone for a Red Bull front row lockout with Sergio Perez in P2, Lewis Hamilton in P3, and then surprisingly, Pierre Gasly in P4. He absolutely loves this track. He got his first podium in the Toro Rosso at the time at this track, and then Charles Leclerc in the Ferrari in P5. Now, Brazil is definitely a Red Bull track, but nowhere near as significantly Red Bull advantageous as Mexico. But I still feel that they're just going to have the edge at the minute, and they seem to have an enormous pace advantage over the Mercedes in these past few races that have happened. So I am definitely expecting a solid qualifying performance from the two Red Bulls to make up for the qualifying mishaps of Mexico. And exactly as we saw, Pierre Gasly had a storming qualifying, so I'm expecting something magical once again. And equally for Charles Leclerc, he has looked mega in qualifying, and I just think this track will suit the Ferraris over the McLarens, who definitely struggled in Mexico. But then from qualifying, we'll delve on into my race top 5, and for a Grand Prix victory, I've gone for Lewis Hamilton. A little bit out of the ordinary, I feel, with Max Verstappen in P2, Pierre Gasly on the podium, Valtteri Bottas in P4, and Sergio Perez in P5. I don't feel like it's going to be too much of an action race. I feel like it's going to be a real strategic battle. As long as both Red Bulls and both Mercedes are fairly evenly paced, they're going to have a mammoth strategy battle, and that is what I am predicting. However, with Pierre Gasly being up there as well, Red Bull do have that extra car, who as long as they're relatively quick to sort of stay within the pit stop window, they can definitely play with it, which is why I think Gasly could finish ahead of Bottas overall. So I feel there's going to be an absolute strategic masterclass from both teams coming in this weekend. But obviously that could just completely flop on its face, and we just see Red Bull waltz away with another victory because they are just leaps and bounds quicker than Mercedes at these specific tracks. And from my race top 5, we will now jump on into my bold statement, which is that Ferrari will move further ahead of McLaren in the Constructors' Championship. So Ferrari are only just a couple of points clear of McLaren at the moment, but I will expect them at Brazil to move just a little bit further away. 1 point, 2 points, 20 points, doesn't matter, just to move slightly further away. And there we go, there are my predictions for this weekend's Brazilian Grand Prix. Please make sure to follow that link in the description down below to enter into the Audience Prediction Championships. Like I said a little while ago, I will try and get a video out to you guys on Tuesday with the Audience Prediction Championship results for the Brazilian Grand Prix weekend, and perhaps a little race overview if I have the time to watch the channel for highlights replay, because I'll have to watch it on demand on Tuesday. But there we go, that is all I got for you today, guys. Please let me know of anything that you'd like to know in the comments down below, and I'll catch you in the next video with whatever and whenever I decide to make it. I'll see you guys then.